Hello, folks. Officer Tony here. Yeah, today Ricky is gonna make a pretty sound for his red guitar. Yeah, it's an Epiphone. It's some kind of guitar. He'll tell you about it. It's not like I can remember every stupid crappy guitar name. Ah, jeez.
Hello, Richard from budgetguitarist.com. Today we're going to custom build a sound for this guy. So this is a Epiphone ES 339, and basically the 339 is like the 335 only without a gigantic body. It's like if you took the 335 and made the body reasonable sized, that's what you would get. That's why I got this guy instead of the 335. I like the smaller body size. It's still plenty big. It's still about as big as a Les Paul. So, I don't know, for me it just works really well. As you can see, it doesn't suffer from like a crazy amount of neck dive, which is nice. So it's nicely balanced. The neck is fairly substantial. In one episode, I put a Pearly Gates pickup in here to replace whatever's in here. But in this case, I'm making a clean sound. And this is sort of like a jazzy sound, as you'll see. And I decided I was just going to go with a stock built-in neck pickup. Because when I think of a ES339, that's what I think of. You know, to me, it's like a jazzy kind of guitar. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the model that I used, etc., and so on. And I'm going to play it. So basically, my signal path for this is super simple. And I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to put it right up here. Let me get out of the way. Okay, is that enough room? No? Right, well, anyway. I'll just sort of talk you through it. So, first in line, we have a compressor, and I've got it set pretty aggressively. This is the deluxe compressor. I've got it set 10-1. And the reason for that is I really want a lot of sustain. There are some cases where I would want a lot of nuance picking to come through. This is not one of them. So I'm building almost what I would call like a clean jazz lead tone here. Then I'm going into basically what is a Fender twin reverb. This is the HX Stomp version of the twin reverb. But instead of using the built-in speakers, I'm using an own hammer vintage 30 412 cab, because I'm just a huge fan of the vintage 30, as you can probably see. It's my favorite speaker. And then I've got the latest version of the Helix Hall reverb, which I think sounds really good. And I put down like a backing track that's just like a super simple jazz progression. And I'm just going to I'm going to play a melody over it, a little bit of soloing, so you can kind of see what I was going for. This guitar is not just a jazz guitar. You could play any style of music on it. Certainly with the Pearly Gates and the bridge, you could do classic rock or even something heavier. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to reach for my PRS or one of my Les Pauls. When I pick up this guitar, I play it differently because the neck profile is different. And so anytime I pick this guitar up, I'm thinking more along the lines of Larry Carlton. And so that's what I designed the patch for. So there you go. That was my HX Stomp patch for the ES339 and kind of how I play it. Like I said earlier in the video, it just kind of makes me think of Larry Carlton. I enjoy playing this guitar. It's not my favorite. But one of the nice things about having a guitar collection is that different instruments will kind of inspire you to play different things. And that's what I tell myself to justify having so many different guitars. I like the golf club analogy, right? You're not going to try to drive a ball 250 yards with a putter or a sand wedge. Every golf club has a specific purpose. Well, it's the same with guitars. That means I can justify having an ES339 while also having a Strat, a Tele, and a Les Paul, because they all sound different. They're like different golf clubs. It does not justify having 3 Les Pauls that all have humbuckers and all sound really similar. I don't have a justification for some things, but I do have a justification for this guy. I originally bought this guitar used at Guitar Center for a mere $199, which I thought was a steal, and which was a steal, but it did need fretwork. So I leveled and crowned the frets, and obviously I did this pickup swap, and it's a great instrument. I love it. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. That helps the channel grow. And as always, I will see you again next Friday at 5.